Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 26th. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces. And in your current general energies, you have this happiness card and this standstill card. I do feel like there is a lot of happiness available to you. It's like, I feel like you have to see something through to the end. I feel like I've said this to you before. It's like the moon is your card. It's a good card, but, there are some mountains in the background of the moon. And I always say that those mountains kind of represent something that you have to achieve. They kind of represent something that you maybe have to overcome. And, I think sometimes people look at that as a bad thing, but really it's not. Like I said, it's an achievement. And look at this. You have the Ace of Swords. The sword is always above the mountains on the Ace of Swords, which says you can overcome anything that you, put your mind to. But it also says, life is full of challenges. We will always experience challenges. But the whole point is that the Ace of Swords says you will easily be able to overcome those challenges, if you stay focused. So it's like if you're feeling like your happiness is at a standstill or that you're not experiencing some sort of happiness, I kind of feel like it's saying that you need to kind of see something through to the end. I specifically feel that this is talking about like a project or something you are working towards or something you want to accomplish. Like, it could be business or work for a lot of you, but it could maybe you want to move. Maybe, maybe you want to build a deck in your backyard. I don't care what it is. It's something here, Pisces. There's something that you see as being a victory, clearly. Ace of Swords and the Chariot, total victory for you here. Something that'll make you very happy because you have that happiness card. But it just seems a little bit stuck. I feel like you've been very patient, of course. I feel like you've been, putting in the work. The Strength card really says that you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. I kind of feel like it's almost like you recognize that. It's almost like you are saying to yourself, I have done a lot of work on myself, but why am I not getting any rewards? Why am I not, getting anything good in my life or whatever the case may be? So, again, number one, watch your attitude, Pisces, right? I totally get it. But it's like sometimes, it's like, this is going to sound wrong, so, take it with a grain of salt, Pisces. What I would say is it's like sometimes I think we do the right thing over and over and over again in life or whatever. And sorry, I thought I wasn't recording. I'm paranoid now after like last week or whatever that was, 2 weeks ago. But what I would say is, it's like one of those things where sometimes I think in life we do a bunch of good things and we hope to improve our life or whatever. And then we see people doing bad things and it seems like they're winning or something when they do something bad. I kind of have that here where it's like maybe I don't think it's like one person either. I feel like this could just be global. It's like maybe you're seeing people do bad things or maybe they're not bad, but it's like maybe you see like maybe your lazy cousin wins the lottery and makes $100 million and you're like, what the F? Like, why are they making a bunch of money and I'm not, So I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say there. But it's like you've been doing the work on yourself. You have the Death card. You're waiting for something to change. If you're looking for love, by the way, it doesn't really look like a love reading except for at the end. You have the Page of Cups here. But again, Scorpio and Cancer and a fire sign stand out to me. As always, it seems to be those three you always get. But if you want love, there you go. But there needs to be communication. Someone has to take a risk right here, going to the Fool. So, some of you could be waiting on a Scorpio here or a Cancer right here, or again, a fire sign. Some of you might have an option, between all those signs. It looks like the fire sign is going to be the one that kind of like wins you over. I don't want to get too far off track here, but again, I feel like your rewards are coming here, Pisces. I always use the example of this YouTube channel. It's like, when I've had this channel, like, I'm not bragging here, but I'm like one of the tarot OGs. I've had this channel for over almost 10 years now. And, and there were people that started like years after I did that blew past me when I was stuck like 4 years ago at like 40,000 or whatever it was, right? And I was like in that position. I was like, why are they growing and I'm not? You know what I mean? But I really had to look at all the things that I wasn't doing, which was a lot, and I had to fix that, fix that situation, right? And so, and it's like the other thing that I will say is that it might not sound sexy, but, easy come, easy go. It's like, because I learned a lot because it didn't come easily to me. And I'm not hating on any of the other readers that grew quickly or anything like that. And I don't know their situations, but I'm just providing an example here. it's like I learned a lot about growing a channel, about growing, this as a business and all this other stuff. Although I don't really think this is a business, but that's neither here nor there. And what I would say is like I learned a lot, right? So it's like I can easily take those skills and bring them to something else. If these other people that grew very quickly, maybe they didn't learn as much, maybe it just came as quickly, and maybe they wouldn't be as successful as if they were to, grow something else or try to grow something else because they didn't have to go through the struggle. So, again, I'm not criticizing them. I'm sure someone's going to leave a comment, so don't bother. And this is not a criticism. I'm just making a freaking point here. But what I would say with this Ace of Swords is, again, it's like because you went through a struggle, whatever this is here, that's what's making you successful. With the Moon, you have the Four Swords. You need a break. You have the Four Swords twice. That Four Swords, I don't know if you saw it, but it came out reverse. The first one that's right here. So I feel like you need a break. I feel like you need to take some time for yourself, do something nice for yourself. Maybe you need a vacation or a staycation or, 5 minutes in a closet to meditate, something like that. With the Strength card, you have the Two of Cups. Could be a Leo coming in for some of you as well if you want love. Looks to me like, again, I have a feeling that that you could have multiple people who are interested in you, but I really feel based off of this right here, that it's the fire sign that will kind of take the lead here and make a move. Again, take it how it resonates. It could also be a person who has fire in their chart or something. It just seems to me like the more bold, assertive person is the one who's obviously going to be more bold and assertive. But could be a perfect match. With the Death card, you have the Seven of Swords here. Yeah, a lot of people read this as lying, cheating, stealing. You could have definitely dealt with that, Pisces. But the Seven of Swords to me is a card of tactics. It's a card of doing things differently. And success comes to people differently, and that's the whole point. It's like you learn things maybe that other people didn't. Like if you're trying to build a business, like the example I gave you, or whatever it is you're trying to do. It's like sometimes things have to come to us differently, and I feel like this is actually setting you up for like much more future success, and that's kind of like what I get here. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have the Snake Spirit. It says time to heal. You have this Bat. It says a rebirth is assured. Yeah, I do feel like you need to take some time for yourself. Again, the Four Swords came up in reverse, and the Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. And in reverse, I don't read reversal. I read intuitively, but I do feel like it stood out to me when it came up in reverse. So I feel like it's saying either there's something that you haven't healed from, or you just need time. You just need some time for yourself, or you need to do something for yourself. The Snake is like a card of transition. It's a card of transformation, a card of reinvention as well. So you clearly could be going through a reinvention. The Bat Spirit, it says time for a rebirth. So clearly you are being reborn at this time. I feel like you are going to be like very victorious. And again, I said to people, it's like a few years ago, obviously, Pisces, you had Uranus in your second house, and when it was in Aries. And, to me, Uranus in Aries is like the worst position that it can be in, and on top of that, in your second house, which is even worse. So you've been through some, difficulties and challenges, especially financially and stuff like that. And the whole point of this is that I truly believe that Pisces had to go through that to be prepared for, to kind of like show people how to get through a difficult period of time. So, I feel like for a lot of you, again, I keep encouraging you to be an example for other people by being successful no matter what. So it's like, now is your time to shine. And, I really feel like you need to. You have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Swords. The Queen of Cups, she really listens to her intuition, which I think you need to follow your intuition here. But she also kind of follows her heart, and that's exactly what I would do right here, going this way to the Queen of Wands. I do feel like this is a person, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I feel like that Queen of Wands is just the energy of a person that could be coming in for you, Pisces, and doesn't matter what gender. But I feel also that the Queen of Wands, these two are very similar. She like listens to her heart. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So it points towards her happiness. And hey, what do you know? You have the sun on the bottom of the clarification deck right there. So, she moves towards things that make her happy, and she doesn't care what people think. I feel like I said this to you in the reading that I just did for you, the quarter 3 readings, that, I really feel you need to move towards things that excite you, that make you feel enthusiastic. It's going to lead to a victory here, clearly, with the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's like some sort of victory or a win coming in for you. I also do feel communication. If you are looking for love, there's clearly a person who wants to communicate coming in. I feel like this person is like a little puppy. Look at this. On the Fool, you have this dog. The dog on the Fool is meant to represent companionship. It's also a Maltese. So in the times of tarot, Maltese were like dogs are royalty. And so it could be a person who like makes you feel like royalty or something like that is what I'm getting here. But I do feel quick communication. It could be online as well with the Ace of Swords. You have the Four of Swords, again, probably your most important card here. Again, it might sound contradictory, Pisces, but I really feel you need to take extra time to recover. If you're trying to make money, I feel like you need to take time to recover. If you're trying to improve your health or improve your relationships, I feel like you need to take time for yourself instead of like trying to force things to happen. I really feel that's where the blessings are going to come in for you. It's almost like, again, I would never suggest that people don't work hard, but it's almost as if the universe is saying you're like trying too much, Sometimes I think we can try to make something work too much and then it doesn't work. So, I would be careful of that here with the Four of Swords. Maybe you just need a vacation or you need to go back to the drawing board or whatever. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Like number one, what are you waiting for here? I feel like there's something, again, this thing that will make you happiness. I feel like you have to see it through to the end. It could be a project. For most of you, I feel like it is a project. It's something that you see. And look at this, 555 right here. I just noticed that. So 555 is a number of change. And, again, 555 could be an important number for you at this time. But what I would say here is, again, I feel like there's something that is going to like expand you out into the world. It's going to make you more noticeable. It's going to bring you a lot of attention. This could be like in business or work or whatever. But it's something that you have to complete is what I feel. With the Ace of Swords, you have with the Ace of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Feeling stuck here. So I feel like you have to set your, really there is no good answer because Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for? Really, the solution the Three of Wands, really the solution of Three of Wands is the Fool, is to take a leap of faith, is to, jump off the cliff and rip the Band-Aid off and make something happen. With the Four of Swords, you have the Six of Swords. You have the Six of Swords twice here as well. Six of Swords over here. So clearly you are moving away from something. I mean, you have this Death card. You have all these cards of, rebirth. So I feel like there is a very significant rebirth that's going on for you here, or some sort of significant change to the Chariot. And, that's the direction I would move in, is like towards a significant change or towards a new direction. It's like you're leaving everything behind. I have a feeling, Pisces, that people are kind of like going to be saying to you, I've said this to you before, that it's almost like you're unrecognizable. Like, I feel like there are people in your life who have always known your potential and the things that you're capable of, but it's like you're actually doing it, and so it's like maybe it's like people are surprised by you is what I see going at the bottom here, or maybe they're surprised by the change, but they're also not. Or, maybe people are just kind of like surprised that you actually did it, is what I'm getting. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Dove Spirit. It says peace and serenity. You have this pearl. It says hidden gem on it. There could be a person coming in who's like a hidden gem. So, if you're looking for love, I feel there could be a person who brings you peace. I would say that's like the big difference for you as well. It's popping into my head that if a person's coming in, I feel like the big difference is that you feel more at peace with them. It's not so, it's not like chaotic or anything like that. It's not, I feel like you don't have any worries. It's like for once you're, really trusting your intuition on a person, and I feel like it's paying off. So if you have a person rushing in, I actually feel it'll be pretty good. I kind of feel like you need this right here. I feel this is what you need right here, is like a person who's bold, assertive, someone, but like in a good way, and a person who is like just very like matter of fact, straightforward, a person who doesn't care, what anyone thinks about your relationship or anything like that. Like maybe you've experienced that in the past, a person, I kind of get that feeling like the opposites here. It's popping into my head, where just looking at that Queen of Wands, where it's like maybe you experienced a person who, kind of cared too much what other people think. Maybe they didn't, make it Facebook official or something like that, Pisces. I definitely get that feeling with the Queen of Wands. So, maybe you're meeting a person who just doesn't care, and I feel like it's a big difference. You have the Fool, the Knight of Swords, and the Chariot. So definitely someone rushing in. They might be moving a little too quickly for you here, Pisces. It might make you a little nervous. So if you need to tell them to hold their horses or whatever, I would speak up. I do feel like that's something you've learned as well, is that you should be speaking up and kind of like not letting people cross your boundaries. And, again, this is not a criticism, but I feel like you could almost be looking at past situations and say, it's like you're seeing the times where you didn't speak up. And I feel like you're kind of seeing the moments where maybe it was kind of like your fault that something happened in a relationship, like positive or negative, right? But it's like maybe you're seeing how like you should have said something sooner. I don't know. That's what's popping into my head here. And I feel like you're going to be very straightforward with this person, but I would make sure to do it as well. Like if there's things you don't like, if they're moving too quickly. And I feel like this person takes criticism very well. It's like they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll chill out, I'll slow down or whatever. So, I would definitely speak up so you don't ruin something good. You have the Fool here. You definitely need to take a leap of faith. Again, I really feel like you need to finish something. It's like you're on the edge of glory here, Pisces. I feel like you are on the edge of something, very special in your life. And I'm not trying to clickbait you here or like, blow smoke up your ass. I'm trying to get you to like move your ass. I'm trying to get you to, take bigger risks, do things that get you attention, do things that could lead to criticism as well with the Queen of Wands. You always get the Queen of Wands. And the thing about the Queen of Wands is that she doesn't care about criticism. But when she shows up in a reading for you, it's like, I feel like you need to not care about criticism. You need to get over the fear of being wrong. And it makes sense. Pluto and Aquarius, again, it's retrograding to Capricorn right now. I don't care. It still touched Aquarius, right? It touched tips with Aquarius. So what I would say here is that I feel like for a lot of you, you need to that Pluto and Aquarius could bring out those fears of like being wrong or, saying something globally that's wrong. And I feel like you need to say it anyway. You have the Chariot, which is like a victory. So there's a big victory coming in for you. And again, I feel like you're setting yourself apart, but this is where I was getting that you're doing something that people have always known that you would do. It's like, it's kind of a weird feeling. It's like, I feel like people always saw that you had potential like in your life, like your family, your friends and things like that. But it's like now you're actually doing it. So get moving here, Pisces. There's a lot of success for you. With the Fool card, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Pisces, get moving. The Knight of Pentacles says you have everything you need right here, right between your two ears. He normally has the empty fields behind him. He just needs to plant seeds in those fields. He knows everything. There's nothing more that you can learn. This to me is analysis paralysis. It's like you think you need to know more before you get started on something. I feel like this is saying, no, get started now. Stop thinking about it. With the Knight of Swords, if this is, by the way, definitely victory coming in for you. Ace of Swords twice. But also, I feel like this communication that could be rushing in for you will be a victory as well. So if you have love communication coming in, it could be very good. Look at this with the Chariot. You have the Fool. Definitely time for you to take a leap of faith. It wouldn't surprise me if some of you are traveling or moving. I say this all the time. Just based off your astrology, Pisces, a lot of you might be sitting there saying, I'm not moving. But it wouldn't surprise me if you actually decide to move, a couple years down the road here or something like that, just based off your astrology. Again, you don't have to move. I always tell people, tarot should not tell you what to do. It's not like you have to do this. But it wouldn't surprise me if some of you are like, I'm never going to move, but then you actually do. But you'll be happy about it if you do. And again, you don't have to, but I'm just saying. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says time to go. Definitely. And you have this All That Glitters card. So I feel like that, this All That Glitters card normally I don't like because it's like a card that says, the gold is wearing a mask on this card here, but it's coming up in the good stuff. I kind of feel like you're able to see the truth in situations. Like there's a face. I don't know if you can see that. There's like a face right here, but it's like looking behind the masks. So it's like you can see, I feel like you can now, it's like you can see behind the mask. This could be people. You have the Seven of Swords here, so maybe you've learned through like lying, cheating, stealing. And it's interesting. You go to the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Swords, so it's like someone, kept things hidden or something from you here, Pisces. So maybe you've learned how to tell the truth. You've learned how to see the truth. That time to go card, it's like a card of purgatory. It's like a card of being in this in-between world. She needs to get to, this doorway in the background right here. She needs to get down there to be successful. So, and she needs to like kind of cross through that threshold. So I feel like, that's like the Moon card. The Moon card to me in your reading is saying get to those mountains, have the achievement, and I feel like this card is as well. You have the Queen of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Definitely, I feel there could be a fire sign or water sign, could be any sign, a general reading, but what I would say is I feel like it's someone where there will be a lot of desire between the two of you. Again, someone wants to move too quickly here. I'm not sure. I kind of think it's this person. that wants to move like faster than you do. So communicate, like I said. But, at the same time, I feel like this is about you needing to take a leap of faith. You have the Fool twice, Ace of Swords twice, you have the Chariot. Definitely time for you to take a leap of faith towards the Sunflower. The Sunflower points towards the sun, like I said, so there's something that will make you very happy that you need to start working towards. You have the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores, so I feel like there are some improvements coming in for you, but it's going to come through moving on from the past. You're definitely cutting things out. I feel like you are not the same. Again, I don't know how to say it. It's like you are not the same, Pisces. I know I've said this to you a bunch of times before, but it's almost like you just need to embrace it or believe it. It's like stop, don't try to be your old Pisces self. You are a new Pisces self. I feel like you're the great white fish, right? Not the great white version, not the little guppy. You've turned into a shark. So I feel like it's time for you to embrace that energy, right? You have the Page of Cups here. I definitely feel a love offer could be coming in for you. Again, it is a good time for love for you. I don't care that Venus is going retrograde in July. Even if you meet a person during Venus retrograde, don't rush, like I said. But, people meet the love of their life during Venus retrograde. So, definitely could be a solid connection. But let's see where this is going for you. With that Queen of Wands, are you kidding? You have the King of Wands. I knew that was going to happen. I wish I said it because I was like, I bet we're going to get the King of Wands on the Queen of Wands. There you go. Divine counterparts. I knew because, the reason I say that is because, I feel a lot more desire here. There's a lot of, a very strong connection that's coming in for you. Definitely could be a fire sign, clearly. With the Six of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. I would focus on your resources. I feel like a lot of you are growing or improving your resources. Some of you, again, it wouldn't surprise me if you were moving for resources as well. If you live somewhere that's super expensive, you could be moving somewhere that's cheaper. You could just be moving somewhere where you have to pay less in, property tax or something like that. I see a lot of people doing that in the future anyway, so, it makes sense. With the Page of Cups, you have the Star. Yeah, definitely a wish come true. If this is a person, I really feel it's like a dream come true type of connection that could be coming in for you here. I also feel that this is kind of like a victory. You're achieving something. You have Ace of Swords. You go to the Ace of Swords here to the Star. The Star can be a wish, so, definitely wish fulfillment as well. We're going to pull 5 main themes here, Pisces, and we're going to see what is coming up. I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun for the 5 main themes. You have this Patience card. You've been waiting a long time. Again, this is, it's like there's a couple here, and I do feel like there could be a person who's coming in for you. It could be another, it could be a Virgo as well coming in for you. So take it how it resonates. But, I feel like your patience is being rewarded. This could be in love. Next, you have this Inspiration card, which, by the way, this is Mercury and Pisces, this card. So, I feel like you need to be an inspiration right now. But I also feel Queen of Wands, King of Wands, you need to move towards your inspirations. The Queen of Wands, again, all she has is that sunflower. And, it could just be inspirational. She could just be excited about a new direction in her life, whatever it is, like a move to get a new job or whatever, and she needs to move towards it. I keep encouraging people to move towards inspiration right now because it's all we have. You have this Influence card. I would be careful of external influences on your relationships. You could have gotten out of a relationship due to external influences or because someone was easily influenced. I would definitely be careful of that energy. You have this Ostentation card as well. Again, this card tells me that you've learned how to tell the difference between something that's real and something that's fake right here. So, you can see that this is very basic. This is super fancy, but it's fake. It's I kind of get that energy on the All That Glitters card. It's you're not just you're not just looking at situations and I feel like you're not I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's you're not trying to make them better than they actually are. You're not putting lipstick on a pig here. You know what I mean? You're I feel like you're kind of looking at what things, you're looking at the truth, and this could be people, places, or things, but maybe you have a history of idealizing things. That's the word I was looking for. It's maybe you have a history of making things out to be better than they actually are, and I feel like you're just very matter-of-fact now. You're in this very matter-of-fact energy, and that could be making you very successful. Again, that Neptune and Pisces, I'm telling you right now, the reason that you've probably been like this, idealizing situations, trying to make them perfect when they're not, is because of Neptune and Pisces. It's almost like you're waking up to it. You're waking up to, the reality. You have this exaltation card. I just think you're in a good time. I feel like it's like the universe, the winds are at your back, right? It's like you're a sailboat, a little Pisces sailboat, and I feel like the universe is blowing wind into your sails here. So whatever you want to work on, whatever you want to create, now is the time. But Pisces, this looks amazing. I love where this is going for you. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.